Greetings, young noobs. Your Star Wars dad will be here any second to help you with your beginner's guide to Conquest in Galaxy of Heroes. You're such a noob. You need help. He's here for you. But before we get into that, have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No doubt you have by now. He was my old master, and we would get together and laugh. We'd have good laughs about how competitive we are. No, you, Darth Plagueis, you're so competitive. No, you, Darth Sidious, you're very competitive. We'd laugh and laugh and laugh. But I had the last laugh. Hello there, my little noochlings. I am your dad, your Star Wars dad, and I had a request on a stream the other day to do a beginner's guide for Conquest. I saw a bunch of them out there. Hopefully I've got something new and creative for you to experience for Conquest. You know, and if this is helping you, if this content's helping you, if you're enjoying Palpatine coming back and telling really dark jokes, like literally dark-sided joke, all right, forget it. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give us a like. I'm trying to drive those. We're trying to drive the channel. We're gonna crush this channel playing Star Wars games in 2022. It's gonna be a great year for us. But let's talk about Conquest. So you can see here, I'm on my free-to-play account, and I have not yet entered Conquest. I sacrificed a little bit of time just for you guys, just for the people that I love the most. So what we're gonna go in and start at the very beginning. And what you will see now, if you have less than 2 million galactic power and you haven't completed easy, you're only going to have the easy conquest available. Now you see, I've done that, so I've got the normal available. So I'm going to actually jump into normal. If you'd like to take a look at some easy conquest gameplay, let's put a card right up there in the corner. I got a previous video, I did that when it first came out. I did a little live stream. You can see it. Honestly, if you're at a point of entering easy, you stand a really good chance. Those teams are really easy to beat. You're in good shape. You can probably finish the whole thing or come close to it and build up your roster to where you get to that. So they did actually make it easy and something fun for you to do every day. But I'm going to take the normal route. And of course, I'm not using BlueStacks because I will never use BlueStacks again because BlueStacks is killing me in Grand Arena. So I'm on my phone. Pardon me if I look down a little bit while I'm making this video. So here we are. This is Sector 1 of, what do we call it? Normal Conquest. Now here is where you have to start thinking about stuff. As a new player at low galactic power, this is a beginner's guide, so you're less than 2 million galactic power, you're at level 85, you've unlocked Conquest. What should your goal be? Now, if I'm going to state what I think a very basic and good goal is for a beginner at Conquest, I'd say your first goal is to try and finish Conquest all the way to the end. If you can get all the way to the end and beat all the levels by the end of your easy Conquest, that's a really good goal to have. I would not focus as a beginner on getting to the red crate because the problem is you don't have a diverse enough roster to accomplish all the missions most likely. Because if you look at the missions, and right now, and it'll be evolving over time. You might be watching this video a year after it came out, and there'll be different things going on with Conquest. But the thing is that the event feats are always going to have a theme. And as a new player, you might be rushing for C. You might be working on a gas roster with Padme and Bugs. You might be going after Kylo Ren like I did on my free-to-play account. Look at the channel. I got a whole playlist on free-to-play stuff. Take a look at it. It'd be good for you. You're not going to have, like for instance here, win 30 battles with a full squad of bounty hunters. I really am not able to do that, although I might be able to pull it off with my roster. We'll have to take a look at that. But a lot of people are not going to be able to do that at this level because you just don't have those bounty hunters up to snuff. Win 30 battles with a full squad of smugglers. Same problem, maybe even a bigger problem because you're more likely to farm those bounty hunters than the smugglers because of what they do in the game. Boba Fett and Han Solo in the same roster. If you're a beginner at Conquest, you might not even have Han Solo unlocked to a usable level. And defeat 50 enemies with Boba Fett or Jango Fett. So you get the idea. There's all these missions, these event feats that are there. But then in addition to get to that red crate, to get the max rewards for Conquest, you're going to have feats in every single level. And the feats like here in this first level, win 7 battles with no supports in your squad, gain Frenzy 10 times, and attempt to inflict evasion down 30 times. Now, evasion down is something that generally I look at Chewbacca and 3PO, or Old Ben. That's what I do it with on my main account. On this account, I don't know if I got the roster to inflict evasion down 30 times. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. Frenzy 10 times if I can get my bounty hunters in there. Boss does Frenzy. And 7 battles with no supports, that's just kind of putting a bunch of attackers and tanks in there. I could probably do that with my First Order, my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. But you get the idea here. There's going to be very specific feats, not only for the whole event, but each sector, and there's 5 sectors. So you get into stuff like defeat 50 enemies with clone troopers, defeat 50 enemies with rebels, apply tenacity down 40 times, stuff like that. When you get into specifics like that with a limited roster, you really have trouble getting to it. And that's why I think that your first goal doing Conquest, you can do these feats if you want, but your first goal should be, let's just try to get as far as I can to complete Conquest. And I'll tell you as I jump into it here, we'll do a couple battles, but mainly we're going to be talking about how this works. If you're going to complete, if you want to make your goal to finish Conquest, you're going to need at least 1 refresh a day with 50 crystals, and probably the occasional 2 refreshes a day. So pay attention to that. You're not going to complete Conquest by never refreshing. You're gonna. I really think if you go through it efficiently, you could do it with just 1 refresh a day and get to the end and complete it, and just feel good about completing it. And then when your roster gets over 2 million, you can jump into that normal bracket, and then you actually start getting better rewards in these crates. The rewards in the easy crates are not super exciting, but even if you look at these middle crates here, you're getting G12 gear, finishing gear. You're getting this stuff. It's all this finishing gear for G12. Getting this nice mod stuff. You get some Zetas. You get shards for Maul and in this case the Scion of Boba Fett. You're not really gonna get that stuff in the easy level. Just be aware of that. You're gonna get a lot lower gear. It's just the fun of completing it and trying to get to that normal level by finishing Conquest and getting your roster over 2 million. So that's the first thing to think of as your primary goal, is just to finish Conquest. Now when we get in here, you're looking at these. These are data discs. So as you get to each of these levels, as you can see right along here, right here, it's you can't look at it right now, but you're going to run into these data discs all along the way in different sections where you can get them. And when you run into those sections, you get to choose. You get to choose between, in this case, Amplify Agony. Whenever an ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, so whenever I put a debuff on an enemy, they also deal 6.63% max health to an enemy. Damage can't defeat. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good data disc right there. Potency calibration. Whenever an enemy resists a debuff, all allies gain 22% potency. I don't think I've ever used that. It doesn't really seem super valuable. Unstable decelerator. Whenever an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy loses 8% turn meter. So these are a couple of really good ones. I actually think what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna take the turn meter one, because I have to inflict debuffs for the other damage. And I really like this turn meter one better because I can pull turn meter off. Some of you are yelling at me right now that I shouldn't be doing that. That's fine. You can make your choices. I just say don't pick the potency one. So you choose that. It's free. Your very first one is free. They're all free actually. And you load it into your equipped data disk. You can see it's got 2 dots on it. You got 2 dots on this data disk. That means I take up 2 out of 12. I have a capacity for 12 dots of data disk in my data. So as I get more, I can put them in there. I can sub them in and out as I go, but keep in mind when you do that, it costs you some of your energy to do that. So you're going to lose some energy out to sub in data disks in and out. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And now what happens is every time I do damage to an enemy, they're going to lose 8% turn meter. I find that to be pretty effective, and if I do like a bunch of characters all attacking at once, which I tend to do with Hux, then it's a pretty good result. So another thing that's going to happen is you're gonna come upon these shops. Like you see the Jawas here, and I'm not going to be able to show it to you here. Well, let me see. I wonder if I could advance to that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In this shop, when you see 2 of them here, you're buying stuff like increase your critical chance by 40% for 3 battles, or increase your crit damage by 20% for 3 battles. Or you can add, or you're adding like energy. You can refresh. So every time you fight a battle, you give away 10% of characters' energy, and they sacrifice speed, offense, all their attributes. So every time you reuse characters, they lose abilities in Conquest, and they gain it back over time. And these will allow you to refresh those abilities. So you can buy those here. I never buy them. I don't think it's worth spending the conquest currency in those. You're gonna want to spend that conquest currency on characters and gear, especially if you're trying to get to a gear level fast. You're trying to rush a galactic legend. You might want to be spending it on gear rather than characters. The only place you're gonna really look here is when you get to these solo ones. After so like here we start at the beginning. We got Padme in the middle, and at the end we've got General Kenobi. Right, so we're gonna fight all the way through this. The one after the middle, this little wandering scavenger after the middle. That's where you're going to have character shards available. So I don't remember if they're available in easy or not. I'm thinking that they're not, but I can't remember. But when you get to normal, you start having like Ahsoka, Commander Ahsoka Tano, or oh my gosh, Mando ship. The Razor Crest is available in here, so you can start buying shards as well. So if you're thinking you want to shop for those characters, save it up for them. My best advice: as you gain currency, you're gonna be gaining these conquest credits. Every time you win, you gain conquest credits. Just save them up until you feel comfortable. You can go through. I got room for 3,500, and I'm only gonna gain. I think in normal I only gain 10. Let's go ahead and fight a battle and see how many credits I gained. It cost me 15 energy to fight it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it with my Palpatine team. I think this is enough to win. I'm going to conserve a little bit because, again, see they're at 100% now on each of those characters. After this battle, assuming I win, they're only going to be at 90%. So what I want to do is conserve and maybe save some other characters in there by not filling up my roster in this case. If you do that, you want to make sure you're going to win. You don't want to waste energy by losing, although you're going to probably lose here and there. So just be prepared for that. So let's go ahead and get this going. Alright, I could probably start doing some serious damage in a second. The guy... Oh, I don't see... Ewok Elder isn't here, so I'm not super worried about stuff. Because Ewok Elder is the one that you really have to get rid of first if he's in the lineup. Because he resurrects people when they die. You don't need that. Okay, I'm wiping through these guys really easily. And I'm sucking away Turn Meter. If you watch, every time I hit him, it's like I said, I'm getting rid of 8% Turn Meter every time I do damage. So look at their Turn Meter drop when I hit him. Look at it. Well, you didn't see it there, but here. His Turn Meter goes down to 0. So you see, immediately, I'm getting immediate benefits from that data disc that I put on to cost him Turn Meter. Now, as we come out of the battle, I get 3 stars. Every star you get gets you closer to goals at the end. We'll cover that in a second. And I got 10 of these conquest credits. So what I'm saying is, maybe just save these up for a while. I got 10, and I've got room for 3,500, right? I can save these maybe through the entire conquest and then decide where to spend them. So if you're not sure where to spend, you don't want to waste them, just hold on to them. Just hold on to them. The data discs are free when you get to them, so just hold on to your credits until the end and see what you get. Now here's what happens as you move along. I'm probably going to cut away here in a second and then come back when I got some of this one. But as you get points, so you see my next reward, I got 3 out of 10, so I got 3 stars in that. I got three, I don't know if they're points, whatever you call them. They're called something. Again, someone's going to be yelling at me right now telling me what they're called, but I got 3 there. So as you go through, when I get 10, I'll get an extra 15 conquest credits. When I get another 20, when I get to 20, 15, so I'm gaining rewards as I go. Here's a gearbox I'm going to get. Actually, it's not a gearbox. It's a conquest consumable prize box. Now, here's what I'm talking about. You can buy these for credits when you get to those Jawa levels, like this one, Offense Booster, plus Booster, plus 33 offense for 4 battles. I don't really use these because I get them for free. I load them up when I need to use them toward the end of the conquest just to finish it off. But I'm not going to go buying those. You see the other rewards. I'm getting mod stuff, a Mark 1 amplifier, and I'm getting to these crates. So the crates are where you get the rewards at the end of conquest, and that's where you build up your points. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is, well, I'll tell you what. Let's fight one more battle here while you're watching. Another note. I don't even know if this applies to normal. I know it applies on hard. You want to take... There's a special path to take for better rewards or whatever. CG set it up, but they don't tell anybody about it while you're in Conquest. You want to take the top path in the front section, then go on the bottom path in the second section. So top triangle, bottom triangle, and then in the middle you can go wherever you want. Then you want to go top and bottom again, and that maxes out. I don't know what it does for you. It does something good. Don't even worry about it. Look it up on the forums if you want to. Let me know what it does. Again, guys, I play this game hard. But I just don't have to. You don't have to get all the nitty-gritty of everything that happens into the game to enjoy the game, right? Let me go fight a battle here. I'm going the top way. Here is Karth and Pals. Let's try Vader on this and see if this works. So you see I'm entering. These guys are all at 90% now. So they all are sacrificing It doesn't show it there. They're all sacrificing a little bit of health, a little bit of speed, a little bit of offense every time they go down 10%. And they'll gain it back slowly. By the time I do this again tomorrow, they'll gain back 20 or 30%. So let's go ahead and launch this. Do our Merciless Massacre. Let's see if we can get rid of Nest here right off the bat. Yes, we did. And I want ability block Chuckles here. He can, you know, your boy Canderous Odor. Canderous. English is the first language that Nooch speaks, I promise. Canderous Ordo can be a real pain in the butt. They give all these special... Oh, that's one thing I didn't mention. Let's take a look at that in 1 second before I jump out and get us further down the road. There are special abilities in each level of Conquest that you have to watch out for. Quite honestly, I've got most of them down right now. And again, here I am, guys. You can play the game without sweating every single little detail. I don't really look closely at it, but let's look at the next level just so I can show you what's going on. So if you look here, here is a Grievous team for me next. You click through these little arrows at the top. So my enemies are Grievous, Newt, Magnagard, B2, and Watt. Modifiers. So here's a modifier. This is like Galactic Challenges, right? Summon malicious minions. Summon Separatist allies have 25% plus 25% speed, max health, and max protection, and the damage they deal is increased by 25%. All other Separatist allies gain half of these bonuses. I'm going to wipe them with a Kylo solo. We'll do that in a second just for you, just so you're entertained. And the other thing is the rewards. The first time I do it, I get 10 of my Conquest credits. There we go. Let's go ahead and fight this. I'm going to bring in my solo Kylo. Again, I'm preserving a bunch of the rest of my roster by going solo with Kylo here. Supreme Leader Kylo, that is. It's not Kylo Ren unmasked. They look the same. Just be aware this is Supreme Leader Kylo. What am I going to do first? I'm going to go ahead and stun Mag. Actually, I'm going to kill Magnagard. What's going to happen? Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to AoE here. This might even end the whole thing. Almost. You know, this solo Kylo actually works against a full Relic Grievous team, so I have no concerns about doing this against this Gear 12 team. And there you go. So I got my 10 data cards. I get my 3 stars. My 10 credits, excuse me. 10 Conquest credits. I get my 3 stars. Now if I look at my rewards, guys, let's go look at there real quick. I've got 9 out of 10. 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. 9 out of 10. So the more stars you get, the faster you advance along the rewards crates for the reward path for the crates at the end. I'm going to go through this. What I'm going to do is when I get to these Jawas here, I'm going to not refresh at that point, but I'm going to refresh till I get there. I'll let you know when I come back how many times I had to refresh, but let's take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm right back a little bit early, guys. Let me show you something. When you're coming up on these multiple data disk stockpiles, you want to be a little bit careful. When you get back to here to these 3, you're going to want to check these before you attack in this area. So once you kill Padme, before you attack in this area right here, you want to look at you can look at these data disks ahead of time and see which one you want, and then go the direction of the one you want. Because in the middle, it doesn't matter what direction you go. Again, once you finish, you go top, and then you go bottom. But in the middle, it doesn't matter. So check these to see which data disk you want, and then go that direction. Now, if I look at the data disks here, I got access to both of them by going north. All allied units gain 11% health steal and 11% defense penetration. That's okay. I don't get super excited about health because, you know, I want to refill that protection more than my health in Conquest. All units gain 35% max health and protection. That's decent. I'll take that before I take the health steal and penetration. Allied healers and supports gain offense. I don't usually grab that. Max health and protection. Whenever an ally gains a buff, they recover 4% protection. This is my data disk right here. I'm going to commit to it, add it to my my pile, my equipped data disk, confirm it. Now every time my team gains a buff, they're going to add 4% protection. They're going to be recovering protection as they do that. That's really going to help my bounty hunters if I try for my bounty hunters. In fact, let's go ahead. I'm going to try it here. I know I keep on saying we're back. We're back. Let's try our bounty hunters right here. Let's see. I think I'm going to be able to do bounty hunters just because of my relic boss, but I've got to get a full bounty hunter squad, and this is what I got. So let's see if this works. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 3 stars with this or not, but we're going to try it out. I guess kind of part of it depends on how much speed I've got, and I was able to taunt with boss, but oh, there's no Talzin over there, is there? That's nice. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Name that movie, huh? Okay, we're going out here trying to activate this contract. Let's just keep wailing on Spirit here to get that. Where am I? There we go. Contract activated. we should be in really good shape now. All right, so I probably can get the bounty hunter feat that I was saying earlier was difficult, because my roster is going to enable me to get that. Yours may not, and that's what I'm talking about. You have to be a little bit careful, know your boundaries, know what you're capable of doing, and that's why I really believe that your first goal with Conquest should be to finish Conquest. Now look, I'm gaining Frenzy. You see this here on Bosk? This is Frenzy that he gains when he taunts. So I'm actually working toward that feat as well. I was thinking accomplishment, goal, feat. I'm working toward that feat as well, which is part of the feat for this first territory here. All right, let's finish this up. I'm just going to auto it. So I think I'll be able to get the bounty hunters. Here is one note for you guys. If you're going to go after the feats, start early and start often. Don't wait around and think you're going to come back to it and get all the bounty hunters later. If you're going to get the bounty hunters and get Frenzy, or even if you're going to get evasion down 30 times, start early, start often, get those teams in there that apply that stuff so you can start racking it up early, and then when you go through and finish, you can come back and finish that off if you need to. But if you're going to go for the feats, don't wait around, get on it right away. Now I'm going to be right back. When I get out here to the middle, we'll show you these two Jawa stores, the Wandering Scavenger. I'm going to save up all these rewards, cash them in at once. See, right now I can get those credits, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it all at once. It's going to be so exciting when I come right back. Okay, guys, here we are. I've cleaned out that group there. We're going to show my characters in a minute. So I'm going to be going into Padme here in a second. If you look at Padme, there's my enemies. Padme with the Galactic Republic folks. The one feat, there's an extra feat in this middle territory. When you get to the final one with General Kenobi, the middle one has one extra feat for like 1 or 2. And as you move far along, sometimes they have 2 extra feats. And then at the end, there's a couple of extra feats as well. So pay attention to those so you can get extra points. In this one, I need to win with Zam Wessel surviving. My Zam Wessel, she's not up to snuff. She's like 3 stars and level, so that won't happen. Steadfast Retribution. Whenever Galactic Republic ally takes damage from an enemy, they reflect 100% of that damage back on that enemy. This is so obnoxious. Every time I do damage on them, I take that damage. It can't kill me, but it's really obnoxious. Once we kill her, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Taking a look at these data disc stockpiles, and then I'm going to wrap it up for this. That should be a good enough guide to get you going in Conquest as a beginner. But let's look at what I'm talking about. These Wandering Scavenger. You see here, I can commit to this one. You're just going to commit. You don't have to buy anything. You're just committing. And I can get an overcharged speed blaster, which would give me 37% speed for 2 battles, 122% defense for 2 battles. But look, the first one costs me my credits. This one's going to cost me my Conquest credits. The second one costs me crystals. I just don't buy this stuff. It's the same thing up here in this, just a little bit different. 98% protection for 2 battles, 61% health steal. To me, this stuff is never worth it. I don't ever buy it. I don't buy it on my main account. I don't buy it on my free-to-play account. I do not buy it. I guess if you're spending money, you might want to have them and help. I don't know. I don't get it. So let's go and do this battle. I'm going to bring in my Supreme Leader Kylo. Look at this, guys. My Traya is at 60%. My Vader's at 60%. Palpatine's at 70%. I've been abusing them. I had a couple of Geonosian teams, and that Traya plus Vader, and then I'd throw Palpatine in there. Use those guys in a couple of battles because they're just so good against the Geonosians. Nobody has gained those percent. I don't see any 81s or 71s yet. But, wait, was there one down there? No, didn't see one. So they'll start getting it back slowly. What you'll see in your characters is you come back in an hour and they're at 82%, 72%, like that. That's what you'll be seeing. Let's go ahead and use Supreme Leader Kylo against this Padme team. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this whole team because I'm running out of energy. I refreshed once. I'm not going to refresh again. I got 115. I've still got some folks left. I need to use my first order officer. I've got a Padme team down. I've got plenty of folks to use. Let's go ahead and use Kylo here and just take out this team. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with looking out and finding the discs that are good for you. I'm hoping I can find one or two. There's one or two discs that I really like a lot. Maybe we'll be able to show them to you. So here we go. We're going to go against Padme. I'm going to stun Anakin because he is my problem. I just killed Anakin. That's all it took. Anakin is a real problem with this team. Every time somebody falls below 50% health or they die, Anakin gets a free turn, and he gets a bunch. I think he doubles his damage. So you just want to get Anakin out of the way when you face these Padme teams. And here we go. This is over with. Easy peasy. Even though I had damage reflected back on me, Supreme Leader Kylo goes through it like butter when it's a Gear 12 team. Now, let's take a look. So my next level is going to be either north against Bosk, or south against Grievous. Now let's look at what I get. If I go north, allied units gain 8.5% health and defense penetration. Not very exciting. Whenever an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy loses 5% turn meter. I've already shown you that's pretty advantageous, but I've already got one that removes 8% turn meter. So do I want to settle for 5%? We'll see. Whenever an ally gains buff, they recover 3% protection. I got 4% protection already. I could up it to 7. That could be nice. Same thing. I want. There's partially it. The top one is gaining potency. Okay. Now, this is why you have to read these very carefully, guys. 2 volatile accelerators, both 3 dots. See, the bottom one's blue and the top one's white. The top one, when an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy gains 5% turn meter. That sounds bad. And 1 damage over time for 2 turns, which can't be resisted or evaded. This disc doesn't stack. Well, I gave him turn meter, but I'm putting a dot on him. Is that really a good trade? Hang on 1 second. The next one's the same thing. When an ally deals damage to an enemy, that enemy gains 8% turn meter, so they're getting more turn meter, but they get 3 damage over time, 3 dots for 2 turns, and it can't be resisted. That's the one I want. And I'll tell you why. Not only is it putting dots, I've already got that 8% turn meter canceled out every time I do damage on somebody, right? So when I damage them, I'm pretty much washing out my turn meter at this point. But the final thing is you're going to run into a data disc at some point that every time if they get 5 debuffs, every enemy, when they get 5 debuffs, they gain a thermal detonator. And boys and girls, my little noochlings, your Star Wars dad is telling you right now, that's the one you want. When you see the one that puts thermal detonators when they get debuffs, you go there and you get it and you're happy. And you might get one that adds more thermal detonators later. You just get it as soon as you can, because that thing is super sexy as you start piling on those debuffs along the way. And then eventually there's another one that when you attack, when you deal damage, I think it's when you deal damage or it's when you critically hit, you attack again with a 30% damage penalty. That's a really good one too. So get that one too. So what I would do here, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to show it. I think I'm done with the lessons. Here on the lesson, name the movie. Okay, so we're going south. I'm going to attack Grievous. I'm going to go get that data disk, add it to my thing. I'm going to be cruising through this conquest. I'm going to do 1 refresh a day, get through the whole thing. I'm going to see what kind of crate I can get. I think I can probably get, I didn't show you the rewards, did I? I think I can probably get up to, here I am just cashing in my credits. 1 more gives me those 20, and then I keep getting stuff. I think I can get up to, I don't think I can get the red one, because I just can't get all the feats. I can get this one for sure, and I get a lot of stuff out of that. I mean, I'm getting these signal datas, I'm getting these bronzium wiring and I'm getting all sorts of stuff for relics. I'm getting some nice Boba Fett, Cyana Boba Fett, and Maul shards. So I'm getting good stuff out of this. With any luck, I'll be able to get to here. If something really breaks my way, I'll get the red crate. I just don't think it's possible with me right now, and it's probably the same for you. You're not going to be able to get that just because you can't accomplish all the feats. Guys, there it is. That is my beginner's guide to Conquest. When you go through, first you're looking at General Kenobi, next is Asajj, Han Solo, Luke, then we got Gideon. Don't sweat those. And if you're in easy mode, these are going to be purple. They're going to be like gear 6, 7. They're going to be like gear 7, 8, 9. I think you might get up to gear 11. Just get in there and have fun. Do the best you can. If you don't want to refresh every day and you're okay with not finishing it, okay, go in and have some fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point of living, right? Well, that doesn't sound good. Enjoy your life. Oh, that sounded bad. Please, there's a point to living no matter what happens, even if you're not having fun. Keep trucking, keep living, keep driving, keep pushing forward, and keep remembering, Nooch too good. Greetings, young noobs. Your Star Wars dad Nooch is here to talk about the beginner's guide to Conquest for all you young free-to-play players with small accounts, learning how to play Conquest. I don't like this. Greetings, young noobs. It is I, Nooch, your Star Wars dad, here to teach you about the beginners. Greetings, young noobs. I am here Greetings, young noobs. It is time for your Star Wars dad to teach you the ways of... Greetings, young noobs. Your Star Wars dad will be here in a second. Just need enunciation.